Hey guys, so we're back with Far Cry, and this quite the good game. You know what? What's going on over there? For some reason, this thing didn't want to go all the way. Okay, that's better. A little better, anyway. So yeah, how are you doing? What's going on? Celebrating truth, love, and beauty. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Now, I once actually, like, bought a Let's Go Brandon shirt online for like fucking 20 to 40 bucks or something. It was just a black t-shirt that said Let's Go Brandon on it. But it faded so quickly that now, like, when I see it, I think I can tell, like, oh yeah, that was the Let's Go Brandon shirt. But I don't know if anyone else could possibly read it if they didn't already know. It's sort of like one of those things where it's like, dim the lighting until you see the picture only barely. And then if you dim it past a certain point, it's like, well, I can still see it. But I bet you I wouldn't pick it out if I hadn't dimmed it down from something else in the same place. So I still know where it is, and I can still make it out. But otherwise, it's like, I think I might just not see anything there. Like in one of the great lines of all time, and certainly of recent years, where it said, in the show Westworld, the character keeps saying, "This doesn't look like anything to me." Very interesting. But yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do, man? Oh fuck! What a nice, like, look at this. How much money would here's a good question. How much money would you need to go live in a place like this? Now that has many answers. The first answer is no, none money. No money. You don't need any money because you could literally just walk over there and there you go. There you are. But another answer might be, well, if you want to live in a house or something and it's, you know, you have to pay your dues to the king of America, your dues to the, you know, the priests, then you have to, you might have to pay a lot of money, actually. Or would the housing prices here be relatively cheap? Because actually, I think Dave Letterman literally lives in Montana, and I think that might be where this is supposed to be. Or is this North Dakota? I don't know. Let's look on the box. But I think David Letterman might literally, like, live in Montana or something, and it's like, he probably lives in a place that costs a fucking shit ton to live. Yeah, Hope County, Montana. It's like, this is the state David Letterman lives. It's like, he's a rich guy. You know, maybe he would like to live in Montana anyway, but it's like, wherever he's living, he might be paying a pretty penny for it. Maybe not. I don't know. It's like, well, maybe not. He probably has a big house. Like, yeah, he may have a big house, but relatively speaking, maybe it's fairly affordable. I don't know. But maybe not. I mean in terms of if you were to have a smaller house. Or, I don't know, maybe he's in a super expensive area. And I bet you it's just like, I want to live as far away from everybody as possible. I want to fucking live somewhere where, like, when the shit hits the fan, I'm going to be fine. It's like, yeah, you over there, and then you fucking California stars in your fucking mountains. Or Tony Robbins, who, like, very suspiciously just, I think in a Tim Ferriss interview, or no, an interview with that guy, what's his name? Chris Williamson of Modern Wisdom. Tony Robbins, I think in a Chris Williamson interview, he's like, dude, like, I have an underground bunker in my house. It's like 30 feet underground, and Chris Williamson, I think, maybe mentioned zoning codes, and he's like, well, you know, or someone might have, and he's like, well, you know, basically, like, it was just like, oh, you know, I basically, because I think it was in the past, like, I think he did build this, but I think he was basically, speaking in the past, he was like, yeah, I know, I'm friends with, like, this guy or that guy who works for the town. Like, I think it'll be okay. Like, he literally says that as he talks about his fucking bunker bunker 30 feet underground. And it's like, you think that there might not be some like apocalypse happening or some fucking cataclysm coming, and the celebrities with their like literally building fucking bunkers, Tony Robbins included, saying it just out loud. It's like, you think, I mean, maybe not. Maybe he just likes to have fucking an aquarium like underground, which I think it partially was. But it's like, I think he literally described it as 30 feet underground. I think he literally might have described it as a bunker. And maybe he didn't use the word bunker, but it's hilarious, man. It's like, and that was a pretty recent interview. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if any of us are going to be okay. I think, like during this stream, I think like, you know, this whole place could just like, yeah. And I'm not saying because of me. I'm saying because of like, who knows what's going to happen in the world. It's like celebrities, they got their underground bunkers, and then of course the government with the deep underground military bases, the dumbs. It's like, well, you're dumb to believe in it. I don't know. I haven't been to one of these things, but perhaps those are there. And then, you know, like Adyashanti, he's like, well, I live in the mountains. It's like, oh, do you live in the mountains maybe on some intuition or something that's going to happen, Adyashanti? Like, maybe not. Maybe he just likes to live in the fucking mountains, and it is California where he's classically been. But it's like, no, yeah, he lives on the mountains. Tony Robbins got a fucking underground bunker. It's like, Tony Robbins has got a fucking, whatever. Yeah, Tony Robbins has a fucking underground bunker. It's like, you know, it's hilarious, man. It's like, I don't know what's going to fucking happen. But then David Letterman's in Montana. Who knows what kind of fortifications or whatever he's got going on at his house. But maybe that's just fucking far enough away where it's like, this is the thing Alan Watt talked about, where it's like the designated fucking greenery zones where once the world is shuttled into their fucking city cages, the rest, like the betters, will have just this beautiful green expanse everywhere they want to go whenever they want to go there. Maybe that's where David Letterman already lives, you know? I mean, I don't know, man. But I think that's a possibility, and I think it actually, to me, it seems like somewhat likely, which is sad. Like, I'd rather it not be likely. Like what? I don't want a fucking cataclysm to happen. I'd rather it not to be likely, but I don't know, man. Or I'd rather somehow like follow some intuition and end up in one of like the safe places. And I've done well enough so far avoiding this or that, like, you know, cultural thing thrown at us, so. And not even that well. Like, it's only really been like, the first big one was like, that I like really avoided was like getting some more of those shots. But then like, there was at least one other time before that, but not too many years before that, where I avoided getting other shots that were going to be associated with something else. And it's like I ended up backing out of that whole thing. But were the shots the reason? Like, if there hadn't been shots, I wonder if I would have had the intuition to back out. Like, maybe it was like, you know what, this could have been fine for you, but these shots, like, no, you don't want to fucking do that. Maybe if I took those, I would have ended up taking the other ones. You know, I don't know. And of course, you know, I was born in 1990. I certainly have had my share of those, like, or had when I was a kid. You won't see me getting another one for the rest of my life, I'll tell you that. And luckily, they technically don't force those on you, at least as of now. So, you know, they may coerce you in certain ways, but they don't use force. So you will not, I hope this stands true, you will not see me ever getting a shot again for anything. Of anything. Of anything for any reason at all. It's like one of my favorite lines in the movie Armageddon. And I didn't even know what it meant as a kid, but like I knew, like, whatever it was like, that's fucking epic. Bruce Willis, he's like laying out the requests for like the people who are going to risk their lives to like destroy this meteor before it hits the earth or whatever. And he's like, well, this guy wants this guy wants this, that guy wants that. And then like it goes back to him, and he's like, and none of my guys ever want to pay taxes ever again. Something like that. And it's like, oh my, something like that. It's like, none of my guys ever want to pay taxes again. It's like, oh my God. And they're talking to the president. It's like, that's the fucking badass thing you put in there. That's the wink. That's the wink fucking thing in fucking Armageddon. It's like, no, yeah, we're not going to be fucking slaves anymore. It's like, you try that without some kind of fucking connection. Oh boy, you're probably fucked, dude. there are literally books that tell you like, oh, this is why the income tax is actually unconstitutional, like it's literally illegal, and this is the way that you can go about not paying taxes. And it's like, I've heard of people who did that, and they, or at least you hear stories like, oh, you know, you hear like, oh yeah, people actually tried that and they ended up like getting fucking sued into oblivion by the IRS. It's like, you know, it wasn't right that the government forced them to pay these extortion fees, but nevertheless, you know, you don't want to fucking take too many risks. So yeah, like you better fucking like, you know, people who have probably put more thought into it than you might potentially have gotten screwed over. So I don't know, man. But anyway, not say that they wouldn't put more thought into it than you might. You might put all the thought into it. You might, perhaps that's just another psyop, and perhaps like those books are correct. But I think literally like one of the guys who wrote the books ended up going to jail. So it's like for him not paying taxes, not for writing the book. But I have a couple of those, like one of them's The Great American Tax Hoax or something by I think Irwin Schiff. I think he's the guy actually, and it sucks, but it's like, yeah, you know, you stand up for yourself, and sometimes you take a fucking hit for it. Even if it's something as simple as I don't want to pay the money that these people with guns are telling me I have to pay. It's like you stand up for yourself, man. Those people with guns, they're not going to be happy probably. And just to be real clear, I'm speaking about like not just like anyone's, not just my government or whatever, my, right? It's my mafia that demands money from me, protection money when they come to my fucking deli, right? No, not just my government, but all governments in the world. Like any government that does taxation, Japan, whatever country is and government is doing it, mind control organization, whatever mafia is doing it to whatever group of people, those are the people I'm talking about. Like you don't want to, you want to avoid conflict, like just for your own strategy. It's like you're better off, and you're probably better for the world if you're like staying out of the way of like their hate, you know. But don't I'm also definitely not saying capitulate. Like do not, if they tell you to get a shot, do not get that shot ever. Like, and that might be a one where you do want to say like, nope, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for it even if you mandate it by law. Like getting a shot, like no, thank you. I mean, I don't know. Because at that point, it's basically the government saying, like, you can take this poison, whether it's taking it by, like, you know, mouth or injection, you can accept this poison or you go to jail. And when it gets to that point, it's like, oh, shit, man. Like, that, then it's like, see, that, I think that's why they don't usually put it like that, because they know that, like, they're probably going to have a lot of people who are like, you know, man, like, I don't want to deal with you guys, but, like, I'm not fucking doing this. And it's like, I don't think they want to have, like, a lot of people morally oppose something. I think that's a big thing for them, actually. Like, they don't want a lot of people strong-willed enough to oppose something that they put forth. And so they probably wait until the right time to, like, put certain things forth. And they probably put the shit forth, like, in the past 5 years, let's say, that they wouldn't have done, like, 40 years ago, because they probably would have thought, like, if we do this right now, people aren't going to be so scared of us, and, like, a bunch of people are just going to say no, and then it's going to make us look weak, and maybe the whole mind control operation will break down because people won't believe in it anymore. And people will be like, oh, wow, they really don't have a lot of power if, like, just a lot of people are just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to fucking, like, I'm not going to do this. But then, like, if the society gets more and more brainwashed, fewer people are going to do that. And then it's like, well, if you're the last man standing who's like, I'm not doing this, it's like, man, you're probably out of luck, because at that point they probably are pointing a gun in your face and like saying, no, you better do it or not, do it or else. Proverbially doing that, I mean. And every law is that, but proverbial, I mean. Like at that point, they'd probably say, no, like you are going to jail if you don't do this, because you are literally the last person who said you would refuse. And so that means that it's no longer a problem for us if you refuse, because nobody else is refusing. Whereas if they push something on the public before the public has had their will weakened enough about something, then maybe the public will be like, nah, we're not doing it. And then that might be a fatal blow to like everyone's belief in the system. Because it's like, oh shit, they told us to do something and enough of us said we're not doing it, and we didn't have to be violent, we didn't have to do anything, we just said no, and like they didn't have the forces to like come and physically force us to do it. It's like, man, like that kind of Gandhi shit, everyone turns into Gandhi. There you go, man. But I'm not it's like it's probably not even legal for me to suggest that that would be a good thing. But like that kind of Gandhi shit, like that probably is what the system like wouldn't want to happen. And that's probably why they don't give you shit that most of the people around you aren't already ready to just fucking take. And they know the people, like they know psychology apparently, they know people well enough, and they know the people, and they propagandize the people well enough that they've been guiding them along. They're like, yeah, most of the people will accept this, but they won't accept that yet, so we're gonna hold off on that. It's like, I bet you that's how it fucking works, man. But if everyone turned into Gandhi, it's like, all right, no, none of us want to do this. None of us are doing anything you tell us, and we're not going to be violent about it either. We're literally just going to fucking stand here and say we're not doing it. It's like, so they're going to kill everybody? It's like, I don't think so. So, you know, I don't know, but... Anyway. Yeah, man, I love, Oh, fuck, hold on. Oh, hold on. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm just pouring some root beer. But, yeah. It is good root beer, man, I gotta say. If you have a Stop and Shop around you, it's sort of a... Like, my mom and I, like, have said it so many times, like, it's just sort of old news, but the Stop and Shop root beer, like their brand of root beer, I'm not saying it's healthy. Like, I'm not saying it's not full of poison and shit. What I am saying is, in terms of, like, good tasting root beer, generic Stop and Shop, it's really good. Like, because I'll tell you what, I went to Walmart and I bought their generic brand, and it tasted off. And I ended up, like, drinking it. Like, I think I ended up drinking the rest of them. It was like, all right, you know what? I've gotten used to it enough. But, like, it immediately tasted, like, significantly different. But this root beer, man, I like this better than Mug. Or Barks. One of those two, like, has disappointed me a lot. I think this root beer is, like, the most consistent root beer I've ever had. As silly as that sounds. As hilarious as that sounds, I think that might literally be, like, the best root beer I've ever had. It's really good. It's, like, fucking $4.50 a box for, like, 12 cans. It's great. I'd highly recommend Stop and Shop root beer. You got a Stop and Shop, you are made in the shade. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go find that bear. Uh-oh. Yep. Okay, those are, oh, fuck. Those are not friendlies. It's like that road disappeared, man. Matt, you're on it. Yeah, maybe. That's funny. Isn't that a good metaphor? I love that. Oh, boy. Breakthrough camp. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We're ready for the breakthrough. Oh, my God. Wow. Here you go, man. Who talked? Oh, fuck. What? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? No. No. Okay. Isn't that crazy, though? What did I say? I said it in the other stream. They take, like, good shit, or good people, or people that I would like, and then they caricaturize them, and they turn them into psychopaths. So, Breakthrough Camp. That shit, that sounds like oh, I don't know, personal empowerment Tony Robbins shit. Breakthrough. This is your breakthrough. He probably says breakthrough here. How to get what you really want. Passion is the genesis of genius. Okay, it doesn't say breakthrough on this one. There's one of these that I think has breakthrough literally in the title. Like, he says, that's kind of terminology he uses. And it's like, okay, we're going to take that and we're going to, like, twist it and have you associate breakthroughs with, like, sick fucking mind control. Like, are you kidding me, man? What terrible propaganda. What terrible propaganda from the all-seeing Ubi. I mean, seriously, man. The all-seeing eye of Ubisoft. You got fucking, they're telling you, like, on some level, That Tony Robbins shit, that shit where he talks about having a personal breakthrough, no, that's bad. Be scared of that. That's what the crazy people do. And Tony Robbins is over here like, hey man, if society goes one way, you go the other way. It's like, all right, well he told you years ago. This is exactly. I bet like you pointed this out to him, he'd be like, well, of course, yeah, they have terrible messages in the media. Like seriously, it's like you can change your life, and that's what this game is demonizing. Oh my god, yeah, your breakthrough. Yeah, this is the kind of shit, man. And I still like I bought it as a fucking Christmas present for myself. Like I was told, like, hey, you know, take this money to Walmart, you know, you could buy a couple things for yourself for Christmas or whatever. And one of the things I bought was this game for like fucking $20 or something. It wasn't that long. It was like this past year. And I don't regret it, but it's like this is hilarious. Like the propaganda is so poisonous. And where did I buy it? I bought it at Walmart. Supposedly like the, you know, beautiful, like positive American place. They don't carry CDs with explicit lyrics. But they do have this game, and this game is like, you know, making you look like a psychopath if you like have personal empowerment. And it's not just this game, believe me. You know, there's a reason why, or I think there's a likely reason, I think, why people have like a stigma about self-help books. And like, oh, you're lame, like self-help, that's so lame. It's like, taking charge of your life is lame, man. Having power, being a powerful person, getting what you want, like, you know, being someone that people like more, like look up to more. Maybe not in this society, but you know, like who people like might be like, oh wow, like you're inspiring. Like being that's lame. Like that's what they say about self-help. And then this is like, no, it's not lame. It's crazy. It's crazy and evil and psychopathic. And it's like, oh my god, you Ubisoft with your fucking all-seeing eye imagery. I think you're crazy and evil and psychopathic. I think you guys are actually the bad guys. It's like, well, Matt, keep buying our games. It's like, I probably will, motherfucker. Actually, I probably won't, because all of them basically became the same two games, either Far Cry or fucking semi-Dark Souls. But nevertheless. It's like Dark Souls, Zelda, or Far Cry. That's what their games are. And when I say Zelda, I don't mean they have fucking puzzles, because they have nothing. All it is go here and fight this person with this vaguely Dark Souls-like combat. And then go here and unlock the other area of the map and do the same thing. It's like what people say about Skyrim, except that's actually it. Like, Skyrim's still a beautiful game, but it's like what people make Skyrim out to be, that's what all Ubisoft games have turned into. Or they're like Far Cry. And Far Cry, at least Far Cry is a little better, because it's like, it is good gameplay. It's good gameplay. And it's really fantastic maps. Like, this game world is incredible. It's gorgeous. I will stop at nothing to praise this game in terms of how good its game world is. But this is the worst propaganda I've ever seen. This is worse than fucking Fallout 4, where the guy who steals your child is, like, also a conservative archetype. Because every bad guy in every Stephen King novel or in every fucking video game is a conservative archetype. Oh, wow. Isn't that a fucking coincidence, right? And they're all made to look crazy. And if you like self-empowerment, then they call you crazy too. And these are the people who guide their slave classes into fucking basically forced labor for the government, but they call it taxation, and you get to pick what you want to do. And then this game makes anyone who disagrees with the government or with, like, you know, anti-self-empowerment, like weakening demoralization propaganda is like the bad guy and is an evil, crazy person who probably lives in the fucking woods. That's what this game says. It's like, okay, yeah, it's very clear. Your messaging is very clear, Ubisoft. Thank you for really telling us what you thought. Or at least what you're trying to get us to hear. Because notice this. The people at Ubisoft, they made a game that was so big that they might be somewhere in France. I don't know where the studio that made this game is, but they might be somewhere in fucking France, and you can go to your local Walmart and pick this fucking game up for like a severely low price because it's been at Walmart for the last fucking 5 years. Like, it's been one of like the fucking 40, 60 PS4 games available at Walmart for fucking 5 years. Whatever. So basically, since it's come out, actually, it's been there. And now you can get it for a reduced price, but you can still get it. And it's like they have that much cultural power. It's like these people are empowered as fucking shit, but they don't want you to be empowered. No. And they don't want you to oppose the control system. Nope. But they are very empowered, and they're doing just fine. Oh God, man, this is horrific. This is the worst fucking see-through propaganda of all time. It's crazy. But it's really sad. It's really fucking sad, because then you see all the horrible people around you turn it into Agent Smith whenever you like step out of line, and it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, there are people who fell for this shit. There are people who fell for the idea that you will be castigated by society if you're wimpy and foolish enough and crazy enough to try to take charge of your life. We will all point at you and laugh and mock, and you will be hated by your peers. And you probably will, actually. That's part of the sad thing, but it's like, you're only hated by your peers because a lot of your peers believed messaging like this, because they ain't come up with this shit on their own. Your peers ain't come up with like, oh, like, I hate him because he opposes the common narrative on his own. No, don't give him that much fucking credit for that shit. Your peer is totally brainwashed into fearing social rejection for going against any of the very clear messages they're given in everything they watch, play, listen to, read, whatever. The fucking boxes of the food they eat probably have some cultural like emphasis. Certainly the ads, you know, it's like, man. Then someone like me like just fucking gets away. It's like, I'll tell you, oh, how'd that happen? Well, I'll tell you what, a big part of getting out of a lot of it, which happened like after I really put an emphasis on this, was just really having an emphasis on, I care about what's true or false. And also really truly an emphasis on being honest yourself, because if you keep yourself honest, you are in that mode, and you will when you come to a fork in the road and it's like, I have the chance to get more information about something, or think about how something doesn't line up, or just go the easy way and be maybe stay away from something that looks like a little false, and I'll just keep going along with it even though I maybe had a feeling about it, because otherwise I fear the consequences. It's like, if you're honest and you don't lie, and like you try yourself to be as honest as possible, you are more likely going to go the first way, if it was the first way now, and say, no, I am actually going to pay attention to discrepancies I see, and I'm going to fucking follow them. Or if I see like a video online saying like, oh, like, you know, this thing was actually like a fucking hoax or something, it's like, I might check it out. And then, you know what? A lot of the times, it's like, oh, there's very clear evidence that, like, this thing ain't what they said it was. And it's just so fucking clear, but it's like people are scared to even look. They're literally scared to even consider it. And actually, like, afraid. It's like, anyone who's watching this, it's like, if you haven't looked into, like, whether certain, like, school events, let's just say, are hoaxes, I bet you it's because there is an actual discernible and tangible level of fear that you would even, like, acknowledge, like, oh, yeah, like, I'm actually a little afraid to look into that shit. Like, I'd be afraid to. It's like, yeah, you know, the truth is actually less scary. The truth is like, yeah, or it seems to point to like, oh, a lot of this shit, you know, a lot of this fucking shit didn't even fucking happen. It's like literally just fucking made up, and you can like see the bad actors on TV, and you really fucking like look, it's like, wow, like these people aren't even acting. It's like they're just kind of sitting there and smiling. It's like, so your whole family got killed? Oh yeah, they did. And it's like it's just about that bad, and it's like, all right. Then you start to be like, all right, wait, maybe everything's false. And then maybe I play a game like this that says trust the government and don't trust the people who don't trust the government. Maybe this game is full of propaganda too, especially when this game is full of fucking occult fucking symbology, like that fucking sun symbolism over there. And this game is full of what, Sacrifice the Weak, the most obvious fucking like heavy-handed shit, propaganda to get you to think that it's crazy to have an empowerment perspective or it's evil or something. And then they have the fucking all-seeing eye as their fucking, like, one of the biggest video game companies criticized for being the most mainstream slop and pushing the most mainstream shit. Of course, they have the all-seeing eye, or something that looks kind of like it, as their fucking logo. And if you count those lines, I bet there's like a numerological thing too, like fucking 666 lines or something. I would not be surprised. I mean, just look at a pair of fucking Beats headphones. It has the B on each side, and then it has the Beats above you. And each of those B, they're not. It's a stylized B, and the B looks a little like a 6. It's a lowercase B that looks like a 6. So you have 666 around your fucking head. It's like, you think that's a fucking accident? You think Dr. Dre doesn't know that shit? It's like, I bet you Dr. Dre's like, oh yeah. I mean, obviously we have the fucking 666 there. It's like, yeah, if you're a fucking noob, like, you don't see that. But like, if once you start looking for that shit, it's like, oh yeah, of course. It's like, oh, yeah, Matt, oh, of course, these rappers, they know numerology. It's like, they fucking do. A$AP Rock, in his newest album, talks about, like, ever since he started looking for a pattern in the numbers, and, like, you fucking look at, like, Pusha T and, like, you know, all this, there's occult shit all over the place in rap music. You fucking, are you kidding me? Dr. Dre is, I would be surprised if Dr. Dre wasn't at least, like, somewhat fucking cognizant of some dark occult shit. Even if he didn't interact with it, I bet you he fucking knows about some of that shit. I bet you when Dr. Dre sees a 33, he's like, oh yeah, there's a 33. You know, like, I fucking bet you, man. I don't know. It's like, Matt, well, you see through all this shit. Why are you playing this game? It's like, I feel like this is, I feel drawn to play this game. I don't know. That may sound hopelessly naive, but it's like, what? You think I'm going through this game, like, unaware of a lot of the shit? I'm pointing this shit out. Now, I'm not so naive to say, like, that means that I'm not affected. I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you. One of the reasons I don't like playing this game, actually, is because I'm actually, like, in this game simulating combat with people that I would prefer to be with. I'm simulating combat with people who represent people who do criticize, like, these things in society. And so these are deemed the bad guys, and I'm literally playing a government agent in this game. That's your character, a fucking government agent who is taking out these people who criticize the government in the woods. And they're Christians, too. And it's like, yeah, you know, it's so fucking heavy-handed and obvious. It's like, yeah, do I think that there might be some effect in me playing this game? Oh, absolutely. That's why I kind of gingerly fucking play it. But I kind of take my, like, intuition, or I take the sense of, like, maybe you should play this kind of seriously. And so perhaps that sense is off base, but if it's not, then, like, there might be something here. If not, just to talk about it here, and then if someone fucking sees this, maybe they get awoken to something. I don't know. See, but look at those guys over there. Like, those are supposed to be, like, the freedom-loving, like, crazy mind control anti-government hicks. It's like, basically the shit they're promoting is personal empowerment that they then demonize into, like, a crazy, like, sacrifice the weak instead of, like, take charge of your life. And then they're also promoting they're criticizing, like, you know, a massive control over people with the violent force of whatever mafia happens to control a given area of land. And then those two things, empowerment and criticizing mind control, are turned into, like, these are the things that bad guys do. And it's like, all right, man. It's like, you want me to fucking fight against my own ideals? It's like, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I still have played far enough in this game to get here, you know? How about this, though? This was actually a place we stumbled on. I didn't have a quest here, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna shoot these guys because I don't have a fucking quest here, and personally, I think these guys are caricatures of actual good people. I'm not saying actual good people are going around with guns in the woods. I'm saying these are caricatures to make actual archetypes of good people, like the beliefs of good people, like personal empowerment, stuff like that, to make people who believe that into monsters. That's what games like this do. That's what movies do all the time. Check out the fucking Batman movie with, what's his name, Robert Pattinson as Batman. In that movie, the bad guy is this crazy conspiracy theorist online. It's so fucking on the nose, it's not even funny. Let's go back to fucking Joker. In that movie, the bad guy is Joker, who's also the main character, but he makes a whole speech about how mean everybody is to each other, and then he goes and, like, kills the host of the TV show and blah blah blah. So on one level, he's saying shit that's, like, very touching and very true about how horrible our society has gotten, and then they're making him into the bad guy, just like they make the empowerment guys into the bad guy here. That's how it's fucking done. You read any Stephen King book and look for it. I think there might literally not be a single one where the bad guy isn't, like, some shade of a conservative. Every fucking time, man. It's like, you think Stephen King's doing that intentionally? Well, I think he's probably ideologically, like, if he really believes in the left-wing shit, there might be some intentionality, but I think there might even be some intentionality in terms of pushing messages on the public, intentionally doing so, like, in a way where it's not just this is what Stephen King believes, or this is who he says are the bad guys, but like he's told, or on some level he is promoting these guys as bad guys and the bad guys in his books because he's pushing a message for whatever reasons it might be, you know? I don't know, man. That may seem really out there, but it's like, I don't know, if you've listened to me talk all this way and then get there, it's like, I don't think it's that out there at all. I don't think any of this is unreasonable. But you watch shit like this, and it's like, then anybody talking about how there might be propaganda seems like a crazy person because you've seen all the fucking movies and played the video games. I mean, Alan Watts says it's easier to propagandize people through fiction. Well, what is this? This is a game with, like, supposedly fictional story where the bad guys are caricatures of actual good people. And actual good people for whom it's inconvenient, actual good people that the government finds inconvenient to have around, because it's like, those are people who say, like, yeah, man, like, I'm not a violent person. I just don't think, like, it's cool. Like, it's just generally, like, you know, it'd be nicer if there weren't people, like, going around, like, pretending to have the divine right of kings, you know? It's like, you criticize it in history books and shit, as I've talked about before. You criticize all that shit in fucking history class. Like, oh yeah, isn't it funny? The kings literally thought they had the divine right to rule. And then you look and you see a cop go down the street and you're like, well, yeah, but he has the right to do that. It's like, who gave him the fucking divine right to be that cop? It's like, nobody gave him the fucking right except a bunch of other fucking people. What, you think all of them are great? It's like, well, yeah, this is the best we can do. This is the best way. It's like, it's just the fucking divine right of kings, man. Like, if you're gonna legitimize one thing, it's the same fucking mental process, I think, basically. It's very similar to legitimizing the other. Your rationale may be slightly different, but at the end of the day, you are saying, I think this person has the right to use violent force against me by a group of laws that I may have influenced through vote, maybe, but that I did not write, to impose laws that I did not have a say in ever, specifically, almost ever, except your specific state things sometimes. I never had a say in any of these laws. But I think it's right that these people go around with guns, with using literal violent force to defend these laws that I didn't write, to defend these rules that somebody else told me were the rules. It's like, that's literally fucking, in effect, it's the same thing as the divine right of kings. You can say, well, they have the right because it's democracy, but it's like, all right, so that means that each person has the right to confer the right. It's like, well, yeah, if enough people agree, then they have the right to shoot me if I don't agree. It's like, no, it's like, oh, you can fucking believe that, man, but that's crazy. That's insanity, dude.